Okay, you're probably watching this video because you want to be stronger, right? But there's something that is keeping you back, whether it's pain, maybe you don't really recover well. Sometimes, you feel your joints being a little bit unresponsive, maybe they're hurting a little bit, right? And you don't really know what's going on. But the most important thing here is that it's on and off, right? Sometimes you're working towards a goal, right? Whether it's a strength goal, you want to be more flexible, you want to be faster, you want to run for longer. But sometimes you're in the high phase, right? So you can do whatever you want, you feel great, right? But then the down phase comes back and you feel like, oh my God, again, am I getting injured? Am I injured? What's going on, right? I had a great night of sleep, right? I slept my 8 hours or whatever. I ate well. Why am I still in this vicious cycle, right? Why is my pain? Why is my frustration? Why is my, you name it, still recurring, still coming back, right? And now let me ask you this. What have you tried, right? Have you tried fixing that particular issue? So for example, this knee pain. Have you focused on that knee solely, right? In particular, just targeting, tendons surrounding the knee, stabilizing the knee, right? Have you maybe tried strengthening something else? Have you maybe tried sleeping a little bit better, right? But have you looked at your body and at this problem from a zoomed out perspective, from a holistic perspective at your whole body? Because let me tell you, that stuff is boring. It's very long. It's not very flashy, like, lifting a lot of weight, maybe doing a pancake stretch or a handstand, right? But what's really, really important, if you find yourself in this recurring cycle, right, you have to break it. So you have to break that pattern. First of all, you have to identify that pattern, right? Okay, I'm in the same situation again and again and again. What can I do about it differently, different to I've tried in the past, so I can actually achieve what I want to achieve? I can move from A to B, A being the current situation, current position, B being your goal, whatever that would be, right? What I'm trying to explain here to you is normally what we do, we think that we solving the right issue, right? So let's stick to the pain, right? I am having elbow pain. I am just gonna focus on the elbow, right? And then I realize I do it again and again and again. Why do I not change it? Why do I not change my perspective? Why do I not try something different that might actually work this time, right? Because, and you can ask that yourself, have you ever found yourself in a situation when you knew, right? You knew that there was something else missing. Maybe there was something else that you didn't know about. Maybe there was another way of approaching that problem, but you still kept doing what you would always do, right? And I would say this rule applies not to just pain management, not to just improving performance, not to just fitness, but to your everyday life, whether it's your personal life, whether it's your work, maybe you're running a business, right? If something is not working, and if something has been not working for so long, and I'm not just saying, weeks or months, but years, because most of the people that I work with have been struggling with chronic pain for like 10 or 15 years, that's a long time, right? So what we tend to do is, instead of actually breaking that pattern early on, right? Whether it's doing something completely different, whether it's seeking help, right? Professional help, and just trying to make that real change happen, we just tend to, and that's how our brains work as well, we just tend to do what we're comfortable with or what we know, right? So for example, what I do with my clients, right? Like usually where we start is, they come to me with chronic pain. They're active people, so they either play, golf, football, maybe they're even professional athletes, right? But they just want to become stronger straight away, like in a week, right? And that's what they've been doing this whole time, right? So they've been progressing again and again and again, like they understood, okay, I'm not seeing any progress. I'm still I'm at the plateau. I'm not seeing any progress, or maybe I'm even regressing and the pain keeps coming back again and again and again, right? What we have to do in the first place is make them realize that we have to take a few steps back, okay? Which no one likes to hear because, okay, I just want to keep training, right? I just want to be stronger and stronger and stronger. And me taking a few steps back, now it's not acceptable, right? But what we have to realize is that sometimes it's necessary to take a few steps back, understand where my issues, my chronic pain, my problems at work, my business failing, you name it, what's wrong in the foundation of it, rebuild it, rewire it, reprogram maybe as well, so then I can move forward and then I can focus on actually scaling, then I can focus on becoming faster, right? But it's like, think of it as you are trying to run and run faster, although you don't really know how to walk, right? So whenever you struggle with something, whenever you face a problem at work, at the gym, right? Meaning, for example, chronic pain or chronic, injuries, chronic issues, chronic fatigue and tiredness and stiffness. Take a few steps back, sit down and realize, okay, what am I doing again and again and again that I could be doing differently, but I haven't tried it yet, right? And I would argue that always going back to your foundation, breaking down the whole complex problem is the best step you can take, and it definitely yields amazing results.